Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that is here for each of us right now. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this moment. And in this moment, we recognize our true selves. We recognize the peace and glory that is here right now in our physical bodies, emotional bodies, mental bodies, and energetic bodies. We celebrate all this goodness right now. We choose to acknowledge anything that might appear as stress, pain, fear, a virus, not feeling well. We choose to acknowledge that feedback. And we'll take this moment along with our friends, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Haniel, a host of angels. We'll take this moment right now very simply to establish a space for receptivity, receiving healing, receiving listening from our beings and bodies, and to allow there to be an agreement of grace and peace. So we'll just breathe in. And if we could just say our own names out loud, I am Mark. I am right here. Thank you, angels, for being with me. Thank you, angels, for helping me in every part of my life. And we'll speak to our own bodies. Thank you, body, for communicating so clearly with me. I'm listening. What would you like me to know? And if we could feel amplification from the angels with your ears, with your senses, with your being and your intuition, we'll just listen to our bodies. Wonderful. We'll just lovingly breathe in. And for wherever we got it might be slight, might be one thing, might be a whisper. This is very simply, might be a sensation. This is very simply taking a breath. And with loving clarity and perfect peace, with loving clarity and perfect peace, we'll say out loud to our bodies, thank you. Let's very simply notice in whatever feedback we got from our bodies, let's take instant action, be that rubbing part of your body, being that having a gentle twist or something with some vigor. If we could just notice that we listen to our bodies and that we're going to take instant action. Let's just notice what that feels like. And if we could feel the engagement, the mutual engagement of our cells, our systems, and ourselves. Let's just notice that engagement. We'll just breathe in. We'll let all that relax. Letting joints relax. And if we could notice everything we're doing being a grounding activity, just by the simple fact that we're paying attention, we'll just notice all this goodness being here right now. And if we could, we'll just switch gears a little bit. We'll say things to enhance all the good that is here. We could just say out loud a statement of truth. I am vitally alive. I'm fully alive right now. I celebrate this moment in this life. I see the good in this moment. Thank you, angels, for helping me in every single part of my life. Wonderful. So if we could notice, with a hint of humor, with a bit of twister, it's a little bit of the hokey pokey. If we could just notice spaces in the body that might be different. Let's notice your tongue and your big toe. Just notice both of those parts of your body and the fact they're both part of you. And just feel those two elements of your being, perhaps your right toe, right big toe. Let's just simply notice their connection. If we could just breathe in and notice that and everything in between the tongue and the toe. Wonderful. Let's notice your right eyelid and your left heel of your foot. Just breathe into that diagonal, that space. And we're just noticing the commonality and the information that comes, the information, the informativeness of the parts of our body that are thriving and feeling good. And perhaps a reminder to different parts of our body of that feeling, that energy, that vitality. And by acknowledging different parts of our being with gratitude, that we're awakening even more of ourselves. We'll just breathe into that. And let's notice the connection between your highest possible dream, your greatest aspiration, peace on earth, an incredibly happy life, incredible health, and grounding. And if we could take grounding as a physical state of being, of noticing perhaps with your connection with the earth, your entire being present, we'll just notice that highest aspiration and grounding. Wonderful. And we'll notice on your left and your right, Archangel Michael on your left and Archangel Haniel on your right, two very different angels. One perhaps very big, one perhaps not so big. One quite boisterous, one quite gentle. We could just notice their differences and them being with you. And let's just notice perhaps a balancing of left and right and the cooperation that is here. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in. And let's notice with Michael on your left and Haniel on your right, the two of them both touching your heart and the back of your heart simultaneously. So touching your chest and your back, over and around the heart. We could just breathe in. And let's very simply, with wonderful appreciation, acknowledge our hearts, our physical hearts, and the entire system of circulation. And if we could notice those two angels blessing your physical heart, every artery, every vein, every capillary, and everything they go to, your brain, your neck, your face, your eyes, your hands, your toes. We could just notice this wonderful system of circulation being blessed. Let's very simply notice the infusion of oxygen. Let's just notice fresh blood, fresh oxygen going throughout your being and throughout your body. And we'll just bless that system and notice the angels blessing that system. And if we could say out loud to that entire system, thank you so much. And if we could feel the sparks of healing happening, sparks of wonderful healing happening. And if we could just notice this very simple truth that you are included in all the good in the universe. So we'll just breathe in. And we'll lovingly let everything create a space of grounding, centered on good. And if we could very simply notice Archangel Raphael and Archangel Zadkiel, perhaps working a little bit above your head. And if we could notice them aligning energy that's naturally coming into you and through you, energy coming from above through your physical being, through your energetic being, out the bottom of your feet into the earth, if we could just notice them refining that energy flowing through you. And like a chef adding an ingredient, say that fast, if we could just notice them lovingly adding something to this system. And perhaps what they're adding is that sense of clearing, and we'll notice good going everywhere. We'll notice good going to you. And if we can also notice with Raphael and Zadkiel, them adding positivity. And if we could just notice a space, this may not be true for everyone, that we don't put down positivity, that we really embrace it, and we see the genius of it. So we'll just take in a breath. We'll also notice the presence of Archangel Raziel. We can just notice positive energy coming into you, through you, and around you. We'll notice positive energy being infused through the chanting prayers of Archangel Haniel and Archangel Michael. We'll notice Raziel holding space energetically with his wisdom and his words. And we'll just notice Raphael and Zadkiel adding. So we'll just take in our breath and we'll just let this be. And letting this wonderful flow, these wonderful reminders, take form and take shape in new ways in your physical body, mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body. And if you could just notice your physical body drinking all of this in. And whatever to you the opposite of neglect is, let's very simply notice that happening now. Pure positive attention and intention. So if we could just very simply perhaps have a fresh experience with having your needs met and feeling your needs met in this moment, you being seen, heard, celebrated in this moment by the angels and by yourself, that we're in conversation with our bodies and that the highest good is here. And perhaps with a bit of a whoosh, if we could just notice all the angels, all 5 of these angels, creating a space for a whoosh, a flood of vitality and immunity, your immune system working perfectly right now. And we'll just feel that goodness, feel that peace, understand that love. Wonderful. We'll notice a gentle shift of positioning with Archangel Haniel coming in front of you and Archangel Michael being behind you. If we can notice Archangel Michael lovingly tracing out like the line of your shoulder blades, the line of your shoulders, the distance of your spine, the space between the spine, between the vertebrae. We could notice Archangel Haniel. Let's just give her your full attention. And if we could just notice her speaking to you, perhaps saying your name multiple times. We'll just breathe in and we'll receive a lovely acknowledgement and healing from Archangel Haniel. And with, if we could just add a sense of identity in a bit of ancient formality through identification, if we could just breathe in, if we could say to Haniel our own names, I am Mark. I am a friend of Archangel Haniel. Thank you, Haniel, for your perfect healing right now. And whether you want to do it physically or just energetically, let's notice hand to hand, holding hands up, hand to hand with Archangel Haniel. That shall match your palm. We could just breathe in and feel that. And to indeed feel that connection, like plugging something into the outlet in the wall. Just plugging in to Archangel Haniel. If we could feel the angels above you, Zadkiel and Raphael, refining and purifying what's coming to you. So there's an editing, a positive editing happening. If we could notice Michael working on your back. And Archangel Raziel reading the book of your life and blessing every single word, every single comma, every single page. And if we could perhaps notice in some silence what Haniel, hand to hand with you, what she's communicating. Okay, wonderful. Sorry about that. So let's take in a breath. And we'll indeed just notice these 5 angels loving you, healing you. And if we could notice, and this might be a physical adjustment, might be a mental shift or a breath in, let's notice what it's like to meet the angels right where we are, right where they are. And just feel even more receptivity. That indeed it is our adult selves connecting with the angels as they provide perfect healing for us, which is their joy. That we're engaged with action, and that we'll notice additional angels will focus on these 5 here. We'll notice it. Sorry, folks. That's the firmness maintains. Wonderful. There was good stuff happening. We could just take it a breath. I don't remember what we were doing. It was good though.
5 angels wonderful. That were healing us.
And if we could just breathe in, and we'll just lovingly and peacefully notice, yes, other angels, Archangel Metatron specifically, being with all of your loved ones, including family cats, including family dogs, including birds and chickens and deer, the animals we have relationships with, birds, be they animals we call pets or animals that we encounter in the wild around our homes. If we could just breathe and notice everyone and everything being cared for. Children, grandchildren, parents, grandparents, friends, siblings, partners, co-workers, work sites, projects. We'll just welcome the highest good. We'll just welcome and notice that there's abundance in all ways, including money and time, that there is peace here, that there is love here, and there is joy here. So we'll just breathe in and we'll notice all that goodness, all that peace, and all that love. And we'll just notice all that goodness. And in this moment of clarity and peace, in this moment of great love, we'll lovingly and peacefully say out loud our own names. I am Mark. I am participating in good. I love my life. I'm healthy and healed. I celebrate life. Wonderful. If we could notice the angels, specifically Michael, holding the calendar that you use, be that on a phone or physical calendar on the wall or the desk calendar, if we could notice Archangel Michael blessing this day and blessing each day between now and the rest of the year. Just notice every day being touched, every day being blessed, every day being like a symphony, every day being like a universe. And him touching all of that. And we notice all that goodness here. And with wonderful clarity, perfect peace, and astounding joy, we'll say out loud, thank you, angels. If we can come back to a moment to that calendar, let's just notice Archangel Michael writing the word positive day words. Just notice this positivity and that intention and how grounding that intention is. And with loving peace and perfect clarity, we'll say out loud in the words of James Brown, we'll say out loud to ourselves and the angels, I feel good. Thank you. And with peaceful joy, wonderful clarity, and astounding joy, we thank the presence of Mother, Father, God, and all the archangels and ascended masters. We thank as well the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity for wonderful peace, perfect clarity, and loving joy. We are so grateful for all the good that is here as we celebrate our lives. And we know that peace is here. In our generosity, ease, and love, we quite simply and lovingly ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time, and so it is.